Each day, approximately 1,600 people die from cancer in just one developed country. That amounts to nearly 600,000 deaths per year. Even more alarming, this number keeps rising despite billions of dollars poured into research, treatment, and prevention campaigns. So the question must be asked, is there something fundamentally wrong with the way we understand and treat cancer today? For decades, modern medicine has viewed cancer as a genetic disease caused by mutations in DNA that trigger uncontrolled cell growth. Entire systems of diagnosis and treatment have been built around this hypothesis: chemotherapy, radiation, and genetic therapy. But real-world results have caused many scientists to question, if we truly understood cancer, why do death rates continue to rise? Amid growing skepticism, one scientist, Dr. Thomas Seyfried of Boston College, has proposed a completely different view. He doesn't deny the role of genes, but he emphasizes that cancer originates from metabolic dysfunction, not genetic mutations. According to him, the mitochondria, the cell's energy factories, when chronically damaged, cause cells to lose direction, ultimately leading to the formation of tumors. This isn't a vague theory. It's a scientifically grounded framework that, if correct, could completely redefine our understanding and treatment of cancer. Rather than attacking DNA or destroying cancer cells with toxic chemicals, Dr. Seyfried suggests a subtler but deeper approach, cutting off the energy supply that cancer cells depend on at the root. Every cell in our body functions like a worker in a massive biological factory. But in order to work, each cell needs fuel, and that's where mitochondria come in. These tiny structures inside cells have one vital task: to produce energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the energy currency needed for all biological processes. Incredibly, mitochondria were not originally part of human cells. They were once free-living bacteria that over evolutionary time were absorbed into cells in a symbiotic relationship. That's why each mitochondrion has its own DNA separate from the nucleus. They serve both as loyal helpers and as energy coordinators across the body. Each type of cell, liver, brain, heart, muscle, has unique energy demands. Mitochondria are the smart regulators that meet these needs. Whether you're running, thinking, or sleeping, your mitochondria are always working. But when damaged by aging, pollution, poor diet, or chronic stress, the whole system breaks down. So what happens when mitochondria can't produce energy through normal respiration, using oxygen? The cell switches to survival mode, fermenting glucose, even when oxygen is present. This abnormal behavior is actually a signature trait of cancer cells. They crave sugar not because they like sweet things, but because their main energy system is broken, forcing them to take a dangerous metabolic shortcut. And because energy regulation is lost, mitochondria can no longer control the cell division cycle. Instead of signaling cells to rest, damaged mitochondria allow them to multiply uncontrollably, the basis of all malignant tumors. Put simply, if DNA is the blueprint, mitochondria are the power grid. A flawed blueprint might cause problems, but if the power supply fails, the entire system collapses, no matter how good the design. According to Dr. Seyfried, cancer is the direct result of a metabolic energy system in crisis. In 1931, German biochemist Otto Warburg won the Nobel Prize for a startling discovery: cancer cells generate energy differently than normal cells. Instead of using oxygen to burn glucose and produce ATP via cellular respiration, cancer cells ferment glucose even when oxygen is plentiful. This behavior contradicts basic biology. This phenomenon is known as the Warburg Effect. For decades, it was dismissed as a side effect, not a root cause of cancer. But Dr. Seyfried and others in the metabolic science community have shown that fermentation isn't a glitch. It's a deliberate survival strategy of cancer cells caused by damaged mitochondria. Imagine the electrical system of a building failing, and residents resorting to noisy, inefficient gas-powered generators. Not ideal, but necessary for survival. Cancer cells do the same. They abandon the optimal energy pathway and revert to a primitive one, fermenting sugar. This fermentation process requires large amounts of glucose and glutamine, the two key fuels for cancer cells. Worse, it creates an acidic internal environment, helping cancer cells evade the immune system, invade tissues, and metastasize to other organs. While most of modern medicine still hunts for faulty genes, Seyfried argues energy dysfunction comes first, mutations come later. If he's right, the entire cancer model must change from fixing genes to cutting off cancer's fuel supply. And if we can do that selectively starving cancer cells while nourishing healthy ones, we may be on the brink of a true revolution in oncology. If cancer is the product of metabolic chaos, damaged mitochondria, and broken fuel systems, can we starve cancer cells to weaken or even reverse the disease? Dr. Seyfried believes the answer is yes. And the solution lies in how we eat fast and regulate metabolism. As mentioned, cancer cells rely almost entirely on two fuels, glucose and glutamine. While healthy cells can adapt and burn fats and ketones for energy, cancer cells can't. Their mitochondria are too damaged. This inflexibility is cancer's fatal flaw. By shifting the body's metabolism, lowering blood sugar, limiting glutamine, and entering a state of ketosis, fat burning, we can cut cancer's supply lines, making it vulnerable. This isn't theory, it's real. Seyfried and others have tested this approach in lab models and real patients using tools like ketogenic diet, high-fat, low-carb, intermittent fasting, water-only fasting, caloric restriction. In ketosis, healthy cells thrive. But cancer cells starved of sugar suffer an energy crisis, unable to divide or survive. They become easier targets for the immune system. Take Guy Tenenbaum, diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer, diabetes, and hypertension. He refused chemotherapy and turned to prolonged water fasting and a strict metabolic protocol. The result, his cancer regressed. His diabetes and high blood pressure vanished. This isn't a miracle, it's metabolic medicine in action. It may not replace conventional treatment, but it offers a powerful, non-toxic, and biologically sound adjunct to fighting cancer. When we understand that cancer isn't fate written in genes, but a result of lifestyle and metabolism gone wrong, the next question becomes, what can we do starting today to protect our mitochondria and prevent cancer at its root? According to Dr. Seyfried, here are 7 simple science-backed lifestyle strategies to protect cellular energy and reduce cancer risk. 1. Cut refined sugars. Glucose is cancer's #1 fuel. Avoid soda, candy, white rice, and bread. 2. Prioritize healthy fats and clean protein. Olive oil, grass-fed butter, salmon, avocados, walnuts. 3. Eat less time your meals. Try intermittent fasting, 16-8 or 18-6 to lower insulin and inflammation. 4. Move more. Brisk walking, deep breathing, stairs all help boost mitochondrial function. 5. Sleep deeply, consistently. Mitochondria repair best between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. 6. Limit toxins. Reduce exposure to plastics, processed food additives, synthetic fragrances. 7. Manage stress. Meditation, journaling, forest walks all restore nervous and metabolic balance. You don't need to do everything at once. Pick 2 to 3 small changes each month. After 6 months, you'll likely notice better sleep, less fatigue, balanced blood sugar, and most importantly, a cellular environment where cancer struggles to survive. This doesn't just apply to cancer. A healthy metabolism also protects against diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's, depression, infertility, and more. At the root of them all, broken energy regulation. We live in a time when misinformation spreads fast. But for those who seek truth, we also have more tools than ever to save ourselves through knowledge and daily action. Cancer, two words that strike fear in millions, is no longer a mystery or a sentence. Through the metabolic lens of Dr. Thomas Seyfried, we've peeled back the layers from the real origins of cancer, the vital role of mitochondria, to the silent threats of modern life. You've seen the truth: cancer doesn't come out of nowhere. It builds silently through imbalanced living, poor nutrition, and years of overlooked habits. But that also means we have the power to change our trajectory starting now. You don't need to be a doctor. You just need to be someone who makes conscious choices to eat better, sleep deeper, live slower, and love yourself more. You don't have to be perfect, just a little more aware each day. And if there's someone you love, a parent, a child, a partner, share this truth with them. Because knowing sooner means living longer. Understanding correctly means living stronger. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more videos on metabolic health, nutrition, and disease prevention. Comment below with what resonated most. We read every response. Share this video with someone you care about. Your knowledge might just save a life. Remember, truth is not to be feared, but acted upon. Health is the result of repeated choices, and those choices are yours to make.